All right, so batteries are fully charged. I'm gonna take the Avata out with the new motion controller, the motion controller 2, as well as these right here, the new Goggles Integra. And in a way, it kind of feels like I'm flying it for the very first time because of the fact that we do have these new controllers on the new controls on the motion controller. We now have a joystick, so we didn't have that before, as well as that trigger. So a couple things changing, which means I do want to kind of take my time to make sure I understand what the controls are going to be doing. And it is actually super windy, so hopefully you guys aren't going to hear too much wind on this thing. But let's hook this all up, and we are all charged up here. So let's power all of this on, all integrated here. I don't have any of the cables coming off of the goggles themselves that go to your battery. So this is all synced. And then one thing you do want to remember, add that micro SD card here in the middle so that you're able to record all of what their goggles see, as well as the micro SD card that goes in here on the drone itself. It's right on one of the ducts on the inside. For the sake of getting it up in the air, should just be a double tap there. So to start up the motors, it's just a quick double tap on that, what is now an orange button. It used to be a red button, but now it's orange. And let's see how this works. I believe now with the joystick, I think I can just go straight up. Yeah. So here's the speed. If I go backwards, let's press it now. That's the speed of it going backwards. The one thing I do like is that you can actually bring this thing up now with the multi-stick, the joystick. You can actually just bring it straight up in the air and then go forward. I can actually pull the trigger so it goes forward. And then to go in reverse, or actually go down, I can use a joystick now to go down. Left and right, turn left and right. And then backwards, let's push the stick backwards, and it goes backwards, but it does go nice and slow. Super slow. All right, so here we go. Let's just take it out and see how this feels. All right, let's go here. Pulling up. Go back down. Okay, everything feels pretty good. Come back down here. Okay, so flight-wise, it feels good. And like I said, let's see here. So I'm gonna hit the brakes, or not the brakes, and let off the accelerator. Now this should go backwards. So now I'm pushing the stick forward, and it slowly goes backwards. So it's not like jamming backwards, it's slowly going backwards. Okay, let's go forward. And I am just in normal mode right now, just kind of cruising. Feels good. Okay, coming back around. We do have high winds right now, as you can probably see with my shirt. It is super windy. Let's dip down here. Come through the trees. Come back around. A little low on the baseball field. Now just with the setup, I'm at 50% or so, but everything feels nice. Coming through. And something with this motion controller, it definitely just makes it super simple to fly because of the fact it has, you add your crosshairs on there, you add your grid lines, you also have this circle that's right on screen. And with that circle, it helps you kind of position your drone ahead of time. So you can kind of position where you want the drone to go, and it goes there, and all you do is try to keep that circle, nice and steady, and it goes right where you place that dot in those crosshairs. So a little dive here onto the field. Okay, pull up a little bit here. Through, cruising along the fence. up. So you just use that circle that it gives you, and you can really, you know, tailor how you want your flight to go, because it pushes it out there ahead. So once you lock into that specific area that you want to fly through, and the great thing is it's nice and clear, right? We're using this clear goggles, clear transmission. So you're able to put that circle way ahead of time if you're trying to fly through a gap. Of course, this isn't something that you're trying to whip around really, really quickly and then, you know, do some flips or anything like that. You're really just trying to get nice, smooth movements. But what's great is with those grids and those lines, it makes it pretty easy to get ahead of it. Okay, so jumping through here, coming around the baseball field. Let me see, just hit this little area right here. And turn. You know, these are definitely maneuvers that, you know, I'm not normally comfortable with. And you see, even like little trees like that, you kind of just dodge those. Coming down low, let's ride the grass a little bit here. So yeah, it's so nice actually using the motion controller to get smoother shots, because you are able to then put that dot and those things ahead of where you're flying, and it makes it super simple. Coming through here, let's come back around. Up these little area here, 31%, so you can kind of climb. And just by climbing, all I'm doing is tilting the motion controller back, and then kind of go through these little gaps here. Come back down the hill. And there it is. You can see me flying right here. I'll just buzz myself. There we go. So with the joystick, I can still turn, right? So I still turn. Let's bring this back up. I do like the fact that we do have the actual joystick on there now, because with that joystick, you can actually sit here with the drone, and I can bring it up, I can bring it down, I can turn it, right, left and right. I can go forward. So if I want to go forward, I just pull the trigger. And one thing I did notice is that with the landing, it actually makes it super simple with the joystick. So let me bring this over to the table. And then with that joystick now, I can actually land it. So let me bring it over. It is wind is pushing it. So let's try landing it with the wind here. There you go. So I'm actually landing it, holding that joystick down, which you weren't able to do before. Normally you just kind of go into that auto landing. Okay, so the battery life on my goggles, I am at 77%. So I just ran through one battery on the drone, but I do have 77% on my goggles. So based off that, you know, I could probably get a solid maybe, you know, 3 batteries worth from one charge on the goggles. And we also have that dial on the side, allows you to now change your settings from photo to video. Also, if you're in manual mode, it gives you all of those photo settings there. So you're able to change your shutter speed, ISO, change your white balance, your frame rate, you're able to change that. If you're shooting, I was shooting at 4K 60, you could change that on the fly. You don't have to go back into necessarily the camera and, you know, and change all the settings like you would have done before. The one thing I do like about the new Integra goggles is that 5D button and a back button. Just having those physical buttons are really nice to use versus the swiping. As far as the weight of the battery, that was something that you have to adjust. You just got to give it a little extra crank just to make sure it's nice and snug. If you do want to add in the top strap, you're able to do that, give you some extra support from the top, and that's about it. Just a quick first flight video using the new Integra goggles as well as the new RC Motion 2 with this right here, the DJI Avata. Hope you guys got some value from this video, and if you did, a big like would be much appreciated. If you guys want to see some of my other Avata videos, make sure you guys check out the links above as well as down below in the video description. This is Alton Stasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.